Hi guys, this is Zubair from Emotion. Um, this is my S18, and I've just had to replace the large battery pack that's failed on me. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to show you a little bit about my Frankenstein version of it, in case somebody wants to try something similar. Usual provisos: this video is only for entertainment and education purposes. Don't try this at home. Don't try any of this unless you know exactly what you're doing, entirely at your own risk. Okay, with all that out of the way. It's my S18. Couple of changes made to it. I've replaced the normal grip tape with this stuff, which we have on our website, which is quite nice if somebody fancies it. It's still quite expensive, but probably cheaper than replacing your pedals. Personally, I prefer it because I like the overall grip all over the actual surface, better distribution. On the other hand, if you get loads of mud on there, it will still stick and fill in because it won't fall through any holes because there's no holes there. But overall, I found this works quite well. And if it is really wet and muddy, then you do have to give it a clean now and then. But other than that, this is what I prefer. Additionally, it's got the knobbly tire that a lot of people get from Amazon Japan. Availability varies, but that tire works a treat. And the good news is with this particular one, you don't need to shave the edges or anything like that. It works without shaving. So yeah, the one that you get on Amazon Japan that everyone talks about works a treat. Okay, and the main thing that makes it look very Frankenstein-y, as I say, is I've added 2 half packs to take the S18 from a 3P, 3 parallel, to a 4P setup. And so what I've done is I've essentially had to cut away a lot of the plastic on the front of the frame, and additionally also had to cut away some of the material underneath the plastic material, not the metal, just to be clear, or not the main frame. Cut away the plastic here so that it's a fairly level, flat surface there. And so with that in place, I'm now able to tuck the battery in like that and secure it to the large battery behind it, with a bit of Velcro in between to secure it and some cable ties to put it tightly in place. In hindsight, maybe it would be a good idea to also use a metal cable tie as well, just for additional security. If you do have a big fall, maybe that'd help. I'm not sure. And just to give you an idea of the positioning relative to everything else at the front here, and from the side. But yeah, you basically need to cut that lot away. Also, you've got some cabling behind here, you can see, and just as a precaution, a bit of padding here just to minimize the risk of any cuts. And maybe you could probably also round this a little bit to additionally alleviate that. But yeah, you don't want your wiring getting cut into by the cutaway plastic. So yeah, wherever there's any of that risk, some padding just to help secure things, keep them safe. So looking at the wiring itself, so just to be clear, the battery packs come handed. So there's a right-handed small pack and a left-handed small pack, and they have slightly different wiring on them. I think this one only has 3 cables. That one has 4 cables. And the way you do the wiring is you do both the left-handed and packs together, or both left-handed half packs together, and both the right-handed half packs together. So effectively, you've gone from 1P plus 1P plus half P plus half P to still 2 1Ps, but now 4 half Ps, 2 each in parallel. So that's plus that one together makes 1P. The 2 equivalents on the other side makes 1P. And then you got 1 more P there, 1 more P there. So effectively you got 4 packs in parallel, 4P. Okay. Just looking at the wiring, if I just peel some of this back to give you an idea of how I've gone about it, there's more than one way of doing it, obviously. In my case, what I've done is I've taken these 2 battery packs and created a Y cable using XT90 connectors. And basically both these packs go into a single input, just like the original one went in previously. On this case, you can see there's 3 cables that you've got to deal with, and therefore on the other side it'll be 4 cables. Pretty sure that's the 3 cable side, but like I say, yep, the other side's the 4 cable one, I guess. Yep, that's right. Yep. And just to show you, these aren't standard XT90s, just to be clear, standard XT90s only have the 2. This has an additional 2 pins in the middle as well. I think they're called XT90Is. But yeah, you'll have to get the relevant male and female parts for that to be able to create your additional connectors. And I'll also just cut a little slot into the padding where these can sit quite nicely, and then it all goes together as you'd expect. To do all of this, obviously, you'll have to gain access to the motherboard, etc. And so you'll have to remove some various bits so you can get access to the cabling where it feeds in here. But essentially, it feeds in there, and you get your Y cables out here for the 2 batteries. Okay. You're not doing anything at all with the other 2 batteries. They just go in as standard at the front. So you're not touching those. You're just touching the 2 rear battery packs and wiring them up with 2 additional half packs at the front. Okay. And obviously I'm going to glue all that, or double sided sticky tape all that together as normal. Additionally worth mentioning, yeah, personally on the S18s, I can't brake that well because I'm not as good as the guys in China who seem to be able amazing things with the standard padding. Me, I just put a couple of blocks on the back and do something like that to give me a lot more grip when I'm braking. You could probably put something at the front as well, but personally, I'm not that fussed about getting more acceleration. My concern is control and braking, and this makes a huge difference for me. I feel much more confident, much more in control once I've got this in place, along with the grippy pedals. Okay, with that out of the way, and I'll just try and do something to make my controller vanish, if you just bear with me. I'll put the controller. Oh, is it that one? No, it's not that one. Yes, it was that one. There you go. That one's gone. Where's the other one gone? Oh, that's Ahmed and that's Yahya. As you can see, they're working hard, looking at their phones, watching videos as usual. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and pump some air in. You might hear a bit of noise in the background, guys, just so you know. Yeah, where was I? Sorry. Yep, just, yeah, pop that there. Give you a bit of grip when you're braking, which I think makes a huge difference. Not about how fast you can go, it's how fast you can brake properly from. That's what I say. Okay. So that's that. Also worth mentioning, 2 Frankenstein for some people right now. You can actually put these on. They're not going to be perfect like before, but with a bit of Velcro on there, do the equivalent on that side. There's nothing stopping you just putting that and getting them not quite as good as before and perfectly flush, etc., because obviously it's thicker. But if you position it right, you get an idea. Like I said, the Velcro is not secured on this one right now, but you get an idea. You can actually Velcro that back in place, and it doesn't look quite as ugly as it did when I had the covers off. Okay, hopefully that helps somebody. Find it interesting. Yeah, that does sit better if I'm not got my headset on and trying to figure out what I'm doing. But let me just try and show you a little slightly better version of that. Come on, in you get. Sorry, a little bit darker than I like it in here. There you go. That's a little bit better. You get to see how it should sit if you do it ideally. And maybe a bit of Velcro up here, a bit of Velcro up here. You get a reasonably secure fit. Don't bother with the screws. They ain't going to work very well. But yeah, not perfect, but not too bad either. Hope you find that helpful. If anyone's got any questions, happy to help. We don't offer this as an option that we can do for you, unfortunately, simply because of the complications if things don't go to plan or if there's a problem afterwards. But it's something thought you might find interesting and useful. If you do have any questions, we're happy to sort of provide a bit of help, answer any questions, or maybe try and give you some tips if you've had a go at it or you want to go at it. So yeah, feel free to ask any questions. Yeah, I might just show you a little bit how it looks when it's actually finished as well, and add that to the end of the video. We'll see. Okay, I thought I'd just show you quickly how it looks with my additional sort of brake pads on. And so that I find makes it a lot easier to stop and control it. Even though it don't have anything to the front, I don't like I say, I'm not too fussed about the acceleration, but it gives me a much more tight control fit and no concerns about slipping off the back. So just showing you around that. I've not put the front covers on. I'm 50-50. I may bother putting one, I may not, but they do fit in, like a bit of Velcro just to secure them, and gives you a slightly more completed finish, I guess. And then maybe a little more protection water resistance wise, possibly, I don't know. But yeah, that's basically more or less finished product.